This is a complicated problem that's going to require a lot of creative thinking and some innovative ideas and innovative solutions to find a way forward.
Inevitably, you always hit a roadblock in researching corporations, who they are, what's behind them. It's a subject matter of great interest to me, and I think to many Canadians.
The courts are going to pierce the corporate veil. They need to know how big a hole is going to be made and how the boundaries are defined. And until they have a clear understanding of where this issue is going, they're going to be very cautious. Conferences like this move the whole agenda forward.
It was both daunting and very impressive to see the level of expertise and commitment and interest from such a broad range and an international range of people and practitioners who are doing the hard work on the ground.
There is a great governance gap around multinational companies. So while companies are able to incorporate in Canada, they then go off to the four corners of the world and extract and produce and manufacture and do all manner of things that have great consequences on people and their lives. And then it's very difficult for those people who are affected by those activities to seek any kind of redress. So that the capital is flowing, but the laws are not flowing as well as the capital is.
The easiest way to broaden the basis of liability is what we call enterprise risk. I shouldn't be able to say, well, that's the problem with the operating company, sue them, because they've already sent their profits back up the chain to me. So the profits and the liability should come together.
I think we can do a lot better when we're thinking about Canadian companies that are operating abroad. That said, we had a number of panels dealing with Canadian companies that aren't operating so well at home, particularly on the Indigenous rights front. And I think there's a lot of room for growth and change and better interactions as we move forward.
If we get stuck in the rights discourse, and in particular the human rights discourse, when we're talking about Indigenous peoples, we're going to get confused, right? We're going to have misconceptions about what exactly the entitlements are and what exactly the claims are. And so if we can get ourselves fully inside the discourse of jurisdiction and exercise of laws, then we'll have a clearer conception of what the claims and entitlements of Indigenous peoples are.
Change can take time, and if we're changing our systems and not just our tactics, that takes a lot of time. And that is where the role of journalists and NGOs and lawyers and everyone here is to keep that pressure up.
I think the creation of the Ombudsman is an important step because it indicates the government feels there's a serious constituency demanding that this happen. And to give the Ombudsman powers under the Inquiries Act to compel information is a major step forward. So we shouldn't be measuring the failures. We should be looking and saying, look, the ball is moving ahead, and let's be part of that positive push.
This is a historic moment. Whatever happens out of this discussion will effectively chart the course for the next several generations. So the hope is that we get it right.